So for those of you who don't know, and I didn't know up until a couple minutes ago, but apparently H3H3 and Crowder are beefing. I think it was a producer from H3H3, the podcast. They said that Crowder is a coward who should debate Sam Seder, which is true. He is a coward, and he should debate Sam Seder. But anyway, they seem to be in some sort of kerfuffle. I'm not going to engage with the entirety of it because I don't know. I just really don't want to. I'm exercising my freedom as a United States citizen to not cover all of the drama here. But there was one particular little nugget here. Somebody in chat said it, and it was so bad that I actually couldn't believe that even Crowder would say it. And then I got linked to timestamps. So just the context here is that H3H3 is defending adhering to the medical and virology standards put forward by the government, like Fauci wearing masks, that kind of stuff. You know, just we should listen. The government, like they're telling us, yeah, we should listen to masks. All right, what does Crowder have to say?
And we've talked about the Israeli conflict, defended them, of course, their right to exist. And I know that you probably...
Here, actually, we'll scroll back a little bit. I don't want to get accused of clipping this out of context. I think that the context speaks for itself.
Banned, because it's like borderline, dude. All right, so now let's go to them doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on group which, by the way, and I want to say this too, because from what I understand, Ethan's wife is Israeli, and we've talked about the Israeli conflict, defended them, of course, their right to exist, and I know that you.
All right, so far so okay. You know, we're defending Israel's right to exist. Pretty standard conservative affair, and non-conservatives too. You know, nothing too bad that far. Okay, let's see.
Probably suffer some anti-Semitic comments here on YouTube. I've seen them. We've received them just for supporting Israel, and it's horrible. It's abhorrent. But
did you know that? Wait, are there any videos out there of Steven Crowder doing a Jew impression? He's done like everyone else, right? He's put on buck teeth and a straw hat for Chinese people. For black people, he's done like the, you know, like the minstrel show accent. Has he ever done like a Gavin McGinnis and just worn like a big old nose and like? I feel like that might be the one group he can't touch, you know? Because Jews are like the one group that the conservative establishment goes really, really hard into pretending they care about. Yet! Oh yeah, give it a couple years. He is good friends with Gavin McGinnis. Yeah, that's true.
I also understand that as an Israeli, as Jewish government agencies sold some people some bullshit. Yeah. And thank God, part of the influence for the Holocaust was using health guidelines, was telling people that this was for their own public health safety.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think that the Nazis were wrong.
Yes.
Everyone has the right to criticize. And as a matter of fact, everyone
Tomato.
Yes.
So I like this for so many reasons, okay? I love this for so many reasons, okay? So if you strip away all of the pretense, what this really is saying... to what's the name of Ethan's wife? It's Hila, right? Hila Klein. Forgive me if I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, Hila Klein. Yeah. What he's essentially saying here, it's Hila Klein. Thank you. Okay, that's a little easier to say. What he's essentially saying here is that the attitude of complicity that Hila is demonstrating here would have enabled the Holocaust back in Nazi Germany. That's basically what's being said. The attitude here being deferential towards like experts when it comes to COVID-19 standards and wearing masks and what have you. So that's the argument that's being made, you know? Like, hey, Hila, you know, your weakness, your deference to government propaganda here, this would have gotten you killed in Nazi Germany 80 years ago, you know? Which is a spectacularly, can I say tactless and just leave that as an understatement? Can I just hit on that one? Just let that one speak for itself? That is unbelievable to me that you would make that suggestion. And then, I mean, you hear Crowder going into this as you go on. Like, he goes into saying, like, oh, well, we have the freedom to criticize the government. Like, of course, everyone has the freedom to criticize the government. That's a freedom that we all have. However, there are some times when listening to the government is actually super beneficial. Like in the case of COVID-19, actually wearing masks has been very beneficial to keeping more people from dying than they should have otherwise. He actually has done racist Jewish bits. I'm actually getting links now in chat Is this real? What is oh no, what is this? What is this? Is this Crowder? Is that Crowder? What am I looking at?
The rumor, factually, I was not going to let students, any fascists, keep me off campus. That was simply not going to happen. As it relates to the tumbler, of course, it's a quality item. It's double wall.
Okay, wait. He's doing Ben Shapiro here more so than he's doing like a Jewish impression here. This is Ben Shapiro. He's even mimicking his shirt and his posture. This is okay. This is fine. This is a Ben Shapiro impression. I still don't think he probably should have worn like the yarmulke or whatever for it. But this isn't quite the same. It's actually pretty spot on, you know. The little the slouch. You skipped over it. I don't know. Is like this initial video. Is this Crowder? It's hard to. I guess that looks like.
At least inappropriate.
Okay, I don't know. We're getting very tangential right now. Let's just.
Wrong.
Yes.
Everyone has the right to criticize, and as a matter of fact, everyone has
tomato.
Yes. Yeah, tomato Goebbels.
Yes.
Yeah. Well. Everyone has an obligation to do their own research. You believe they shouldn't. You discourage it actively. We encourage it actively, regardless.
So there's the one other thing that I'm going to touch on here, and it's this do your own research thing. There's something that went viral on Twitter, and it's very true. Do your own research means I either don't have sources to back up my claim, or I'm embarrassed of those sources and I want you to discover them on your own, imagining that I have a secret repository of more legitimate sources that you just don't have access to, but in reality, I'm using the exact same set of terrible sources. That's generally how it works, okay? Because you should do your own research often means I don't want to spend 6 hours watching conspiracy YouTube videos with you. So I think the context of this is that Ela and Ethan both said, no, you shouldn't do your own research on this, like you should listen to the experts. And the problem is that do your own research is usually shorthand for listen to conspiracy theorists. In reality, if you did your own research, and I mean did your own research in a responsible, academically informed way where you legitimately try to like understand the evidence available, you would agree with the government on this. Simple as that. You would agree with the Biden administration. Considering that the rhetoric that's come out of Fauci has been informed by the plurality of evidence on the subject, if you did your own research, you would arrive at the same conclusions as the government. The do your own research, like, kind of dog whistle from people like Crowder is essentially saying, like, yeah, we don't have the evidence to challenge this claim, but, like, we're going to pretend that we're advocating for, like, intellectualism and free thought by saying that you should follow this lunatic conspiracy trend. It's the aesthetic of free thought, but in practice, it's anything but. Anyway, I liked this little segment right here because I really, really appreciate how forthcoming Steven Crowder is. Very few people would have the audacity of telling a Jewish person that their attitude would have gotten them death camped, you know, back in Nazi Germany. It's a very bold and straightforward claim, you know, and I guess that sure was some free speech from Steven Crowder. He sure did do some free speech right there, you know?